Here are three tips you can do when life feels heavy and stressful. Number one, try something new, try something different, shift things up, change your routine, change your schedule, change something about your life that, like, just you got to shake things up. You got to change things around because, like, sometimes we get into this, like, routine. It's funny. You kind of want a routine, but you got to be careful that you don't get into a rut of a routine. Meaning you do the same thing over and over again and it becomes familiar and comfortable so much that you never step out and try something new and different or step into the unknown or the uncomfortableness. Cause like when you step into the uncomfortableness, then you really grow and expand yourself. So just like try something new. Shift things up. You gotta shake things up, like add in exercise if you haven't done it like throughout the day. Like give yourself like, go for a walk throughout the day. Like I know like I finally had to force myself to do it because during the day at work because I was like, oh, I gotta work, 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 work. And then I was like, but I never allow myself time like a break, really. Yes, I have lunch, but for me it's not really a break. So it's like I make myself go step outside and go walk around the block for like 10 to 30 minutes, just depends on the day. And like that's one thing to shake things up for me. And so now it's become like a nice thing habit to do because then I'm like, oh, like this actually is giving me it's like recharging me. And same thing like a few months ago I started, creating like creating my morning where I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna, I'm tired of feeling like crappy, pouty, frustrated, like annoyed with myself. Like, finally gonna do something different. So I shook things up and I was like, all right, so I'm gonna meditate in the morning, then I'm gonna exercise, then I'm gonna, create an intention for my day to set up my day powerfully. And then now those are like comfortable and like, comfortable things and familiar things, and so now I gotta figure out another thing to shift things up and shake things up. So something like, lately it's just like, all right, so now I gotta focus more on my foods and like watching like what I eat because I wanna lose some belly fat and I'm like, okay, so now I gotta focus on, my calories or my macros and just like work on those. So now I'm like, all right, so I only want these kinds of meats and like more fish and more chicken and less red meat and like this kind of thing. And like, I only want this many ounces of carbs, just stuff like that. So it's like I'm shifting that up. And then I'm also, I'm really like changing a lot of things in my life. I'm trying new things. Uh, yeah, it's sometimes hard to explain because I'm like, I feel like most of my life is in this like shifting phase where it's like I'm trying new things or different things or experimenting more. Like, for example, like with my content, I'm experimenting more. Like, do I need, just the change sceneries or do I need to be walking or, just like being the like inquisitive and trying to figure out like, okay, what could work better and what's not, because sometimes like if you can't change everything at once or shift everything at once because then it gets overwhelming. So it's like just do little things here and there and like you can be like, oh, I'm gonna go try something new here and I'm only gonna do it for like 20, 30 minutes. Like I'm gonna go to the park and sit for 20 minutes in silence, or I'm just gonna sit in silence at home for like 5 minutes. It's just like try something new throughout the day, or like if you're at work and you're having a lot of anxiety, like put some healing music on or go listen to like a calming video or do some breath work at work, just like stuff like that. Just get out of the rhythm of the normal routine and just like change it up, shift it up, and do this like with you can do this with all aspects of your life. Like you're like, okay, like what do I want to work on now with my relationship? Like, do I want to work on better communication and how do I do that? And like it's just like, okay, let's just being like inquisitive and like, oh, and curious and like, oh, I'm gonna try this and try that. And so, but like start small, don't overwhelm yourself with like some like 50 million things. But it's like then you can try to see like, okay, that worked for me, that didn't work for me. And then you're able to like be like, oh, I could actually add this on a regular and be consistent with it. And it's actually better for my life because I know it's growth, but it's also keeping me calm throughout the day, stuff like that. So just like start doing something different and you'll start seeing a difference. Number two would be focus on your needs and your wants and your desires. And don't pay attention to what everyone else says. Like, what is it that you want? What is it that you want to work on? Like, what lights you up? And so it's like the point is just to like be silent and listen to yourself. Like, what do you actually want? Like, write it out in a journal. If you don't truly know what you want, like, or what you need, you don't know what you need. And so, like, maybe it's like, okay, like, look, I love all of you people in my life, but like, I need to take time for myself and just regroup and see like what it is that I want to do and what kind of person I want to become. And it's just like, just really work on what you need and you want and you desire because only you can decide that. No one else can decide that for you. I know it's super important is that you do what works best for you. No one else can decide this for you. And so like only you can decide that. And it's so empowering when you know that. Because like you can create the world and the life that you want as long as you stop listening to what other people say. Yeah, you can take their advice if it feels right, but it has to feel good, not just because like, oh, you feel like you have to because they're an authority. Like that doesn't mean that they're correct. Like you know what feels good in your body. So like really be curious and listen for your intuition and your instincts. Like if you are feeling like tight and tense about something, then maybe that's not something for you. Or if you're sitting there trying to waver between like a yes or a no of something, like going to, let's say, like going to an event or going being distracted from like what you want to be working on, then it should be a no. And if you're sitting there wavering, like, oh, well, maybe I should go, or if like you're finding yourself wanting to people please and you're like, oh, I could be missing out. But if it's not really aligned with you and it doesn't feel good, then it should be an automatic no. And I know this has been really hard for myself, is just really listening to myself and my gut feeling, my instincts, even around people. Like if I'm around somebody and I'm like, "Ooh, I don't really know I don't like their energy, but I don't really know why," then it's a no. Like, I don't hang out with that person on a regular. But if I'm like, "Oh, I love being around this person. I bring you so much energy and lightness, and, like, I feel like I could be myself, like, fully," then, like, yeah, I wanna hang out with this person more. Or if they're, like, uplifting or elevating and they're like, "Oh, yeah, you could do this, you could do that," instead of going, "Well, you shouldn't be doing that," or blah, blah, blah because you want to be around people who uplift you and encourage you and support you. And sometimes family is not that. And it's okay. It's super okay. Just look at them as your family and that you love and accept them the way they are. But if they're telling you you shouldn't be doing something because it sounds crazy, that's okay. Just do it anyways. And maybe just do it in silence instead of telling them what you're going to do. And like find somebody that doesn't sound crazy to because you will find somebody who's like, "Oh, okay, that could be a cool idea." And then you could like brainstorm about it and all that stuff. But it's like, don't let other people project their hurts, their pains, their objections, their jealousy onto you because when you allow that, then your power gets stripped away from you. Like you allow somebody to take away your power. Like set your boundaries and be like, all right, cool. I appreciate your advice. And then be like, okay, that didn't in your head, like that didn't feel good. And be like, nope, I'm not going to do that, but appreciate your advice. Thank you. Like moving on kind of thing. So it's just like, do what works for you, what's best for you. This time is so important to focus on you. You be you for you, be authentically you, like start to figure out who you are, who you want to be. And it's super powerful once you do. And I'm so excited for you all to figure that out. So let's go. Number three, allow yourself time to reflect, rest, and relax. And like, I know this is kind of tied to number two, but like, really focus on like being able to relax in your body and take time for yourself. Rest. Like, if your body's telling you to rest, rest. Trust me, I know this is super hard sometimes because I don't like to rest. But I know if I don't, I either get sick or I get overwhelmed or burnt out really quickly or I just don't feel good and like I can't get anything done or I get angry and snappy and cranky and it's like it's just not worth it. But so it's like you gotta and even start small. Like I know for me at one point it was like, oh God, I gotta take off a whole day and it's so oh gosh, I'm not gonna get anything done. But it like start small. Like start doing like 30 minutes for a break or an hour for a break and like this could be even 15 minutes. Like allow yourself time to rest and like receive this peace and calm and like and silence and just allow yourself to rest because when you do it recharges you and then you're able to come back with more creativity and solutions better solutions instead of like being in the overwhelm and going oh my gosh I'm just not gonna figure this out and burn out and I'm so tired so just like focus on that, but like allow yourself time to work on your purpose and just really dive into like what you're passionate about. And if you don't know what your purpose is for this world yet, that's okay too. You just got to work on figuring out like things like try small things. So like if you're like passionate about something but you don't know if you want to like do that for like forever, then just try it, try it. Try it for a little while and see like okay, yeah, I might kind of like it and then like, but don't quit if it seems hard in the beginning but you gotta focus on how it feels in your body. Like, is it actually, like, energizing you, to try it, or is it draining you? And so I know in the beginning, sometimes when you start something new, it can be a little tiring because 'cause you're like, "Oh, seems so hard." But it's like, once you start getting the flow of things, it becomes easier. But it's like, do work on it if it feels kinda easy, I don't know if that made sense, but, like, do try new things, try experimenting, like, "Okay, I'm gonna try, like, dance today, see if I like dancing. Oh, I don't really care for that." So or I felt tight the whole time, I just didn't feel like it was good, but if you feel like you're gonna grow and you do like it and because you like music or something, then keep at it, keep trying, and don't be afraid to make mistakes or fail because if you allow yourself to try like make mistakes or like it not coming out perfect then that's totally fine just you guys got to keep at it until you're like okay no I'm gonna get this and just commit to it don't quit but just like keep at it and sometimes things can seem hard in the beginning, but once you get the hang of things, it'll like become easy and full of ease, like as move throughout it. But it's like, don't give up. Try stuff that new things. Like try singing if you want to, like let your voice out, or try working on that. Like that. That's not always easy up front because there's all these techniques. But like, don't get in the weeds. Just like dive in. Do stuff that like really lights you up. Like you have to feel like energized and excited to try something new. And sometimes like if you get into something and you're excited with it for a while, then that's great. But if after a while like it starts to not feel like fun, then switch it up and try something new. And try that for a while and see. So like don't give up. Don't be like, "Oh, well I put all this effort into this. I feel like I have to keep at it." But you don't. Like you can change and you can go in any direction you want at any time. There's no like you have to go this path. Like I know for a while I was like, "Oh, I feel bad because I shouldn't be like I should like this because I put so much energy into this and effort." But it's like if you don't love it, you don't love it. But or like if it's let's say your job and you have to go to your job, then like figure out a way to really like it. Like or reframe it in a way of like, okay, I'm gonna go to work today. I'm gonna like have great conversations with people. I'm gonna learn something new. I'm just gonna try it. I'm just gonna dive in because if I, want to fail on it, then obviously, or if you create like this upset and angry about going into work, then your day is gonna feel like that, and it's gonna feel heavy and like a burden and stressful. But if you go in and be like, okay, let's just see how the day goes, or like I'm just gonna try new things. I'm gonna learn something from somebody. They're gonna learn something from me. Like you just go in with like an empowering context and like and you're like, oh, I'm gonna figure out a game around this, or I'm gonna figure out like some small like competitive thing I can do with somebody just for fun, like, or I'm gonna do something that challenges me to, and somebody's gonna keep me accountable for it. It's just like little things here and there, or it's just like how to bring more joy into that because it's so important to have like that content, joy, and love feeling throughout the day. Because then your mood will affect other people as well as other people affect your mood. So it's like also remember like if you come in with a negative or attacking manner all the time, then people are like either gonna be like, "Oh, I'm afraid to talk to you," um or they're not gonna want to come by, or no, they're not gonna want to talk to you, and then you miss out on some opportunity to learn something from somebody. I don't know, just like there's endless opportunities around stuff. And it's like when you start creating your life as like empowering, and even if you don't love your job, then you're gonna go and make it the best you can every day and put in the best amount of effort, and this is only temporary, and eventually you'll figure out what you're truly meant to do. But don't give up, and like your purpose is truly huge and important. And remember, like, you want to feel love and content through your life and peace. You don't want to feel stressed. So it's like just create your life as like fun. Just figure out ways to make it fun and try new things. That's all you can do. Just do the best you can. It's all you can ask of. Don't beat yourself up, and you all can do it. I know you can. Just don't give up. Please share in the comments below like what you want to work on. Like what is something that like that you heard in the conversation today and you're like, "Oh, that was kinda cool. I didn't hear that before." I'd love to hear from you, or what is something that you wanna work on, and, um, yeah, I would love to hear more about what you guys are up to, and, I'm here to help, so just let me know. Please like this video and share it with somebody who you think would really love it, and please subscribe to my channel for more info. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all, and let's rise like a phoenix.